Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen Restaurant Edition. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today at Nordon Preferred Kitchen Equipment Studios with 1741 on the terrace at historic Hotel Bethlehem. And joining me in the kitchen is Executive Chef Michael Adams. Welcome back, Chef.
Thank you. Great to be here again.
Always nice to have you.
Thank you.
What are we making today?
So we are going to make a dessert.
I love dessert.
Just a very basic lemon chiffon. And we are going to make lemon curd.
Nice.
And a little bit of a sour cherry sauce with it.
Perfect.
So it's very refreshing.
Nice
And
for spring.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to do the sour cherries and the lemon chiffon.
Great,
All
let's
right?
get started.
So we're going to start off with the cake.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take our egg whites.
It's a lot of egg whites.
It is a lot of egg whites, and it's going to do lots of things for the cake. It's going to make it nice and airy and fluffy, and it's going to be awesome. And then what we're going to do, so we're going to whip these, and so we're going to start off just by themselves, and then as we go, we're going to, as soon as they get light and frothy, we're going to add some cream of tartar.
Okay, what's that do?
That's it's gonna stabilize the egg whites so they don't collapse in the process. So while that's going,
And our oven's on. I don't know if you can hear that.
we're gonna take our cake flour.
You have to
and
use
we're
cake
just-
flour?
Yeah, you absolutely have to use cake flour for this dish, and it's gonna, you know, any other use all-purpose flour, you're not gonna get the same result. And you want to make sure you sift it. You don't want
really
any
light
lumps.
cake.
Yep. You don't want to have any lumps in it, and it is a very light cake.
Yeah.
And it takes on the flavors of whatever you're going to serve it with. So today we're going to do a sour cherry sauce with it. So when you get to this point, so this is when you add the cream of tartar.
So you don't even stop it down. You just pour it right in.
Nope, pour it right in.
Great.
And that's going to get to what we call stiff peaks. So that's going to be, you know, we're going to take the spatula and it's just going to hold. It won't run off the spatula.
Great.
And that is almost ready.
So about how many egg whites was this?
So this was about 9 egg whites.
All right, that's a lot. It's a very eggy cake.
It is. Okay, so our egg whites are ready.
Nice.
And as you can see, this is
like meringue.
It's like meringue, stiff peaks. And we're just going to set that aside for now.
Okay.
Okay, so in this bowl, we're going to put all of our dry ingredients. We're going to take our sugar, our sifted cake flour.
So you only really need to worry about sifting the flour, nothing else.
Correct. We're going to take the baking soda. And we're going to take some salt. And then we're just going to mix that together.
Okay, great. You make all of your desserts in-house at the restaurant, correct?
We do.
Amazing.
We do.
And do you have a pastry chef, or are you coming up with most of them?
No, we actually all get together as a team, and we discuss the ingredients that are available or ingredients that are at their peak season, and then we just take it from there.
Nice.
And they evolve as the season goes. So most of them are on for a very short time.
I love that. Now, does 1741 have different desserts than all the other restaurants?
We do serve all the same desserts in both restaurants.
Great.
Yeah. So we have the dry ingredients together, and all we're going to do is we're going to form just a little bit of a
Like
hole
a
in the
little
center.
well?
Yep, a little well in the center. And then what we're going to do is we'll combine our wet ingredients. So we have our egg yolks. We have our vanilla extract.
Same amount of egg yolks as egg whites?
So we use 3 more egg whites in the recipe.
Ah, that's where it
Okay?
gets tricky.
So, and then we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice.
So our oven must be preheated.
And it is ready to go. So we're just going to do the juice of a half a lemon, which is about a tablespoon. And we're going to do 2/3 cup of water. And we're just going to pour that into the center, the well.
What's the point of the water?
So the water's going to obviously add moisture to the cake.
Nice.
We're going to combine these ingredients here. And And then make sure everything's incorporated.
So it's a slightly thicker batter.
It's thick now, and then you'll see what happens when we add the egg whites.
Ah,
Okay?
that's really gonna lighten it up.
All
That
right.
lemon is so fragrant. Is that Meyer lemon or that's just regular
No,
old lemon?
regular
wow,
lemon.
it smells so good.
Stay tuned for more from the Hotel Bethlehem. We're back with more from the Hotel Bethlehem.
Okay, so now we're gonna incorporate the egg whites, and you don't have to do this in stages. We're gonna add them all in at once.
All at once.
All at once.
That's a bold move, but I trust you.
All right, and we're just gonna fold these in, and this cake is going to be
Take that.
light and fluffy.
Nice. Now, do you like to bake? Because I've cooked with you plenty on the Chef's Kitchen, but I think this is the first time we're making a cake together.
So I essentially like doing everything as long as it's cooking.
Yeah.
It's, you know, the amount of time that I have to balance between everything else that I do at the hotel. And,
Sure.
But when I get an opportunity, I truly do enjoy it. All right, so
Nice.
we're just gonna fold this in.
So what's new at 1741? Changing up the menu for spring?
We are. So all the local spring ingredients are coming in. We have some new artisan cheeses coming in for our artisan cheese plate. We
Nice.
have, you know, the whole menu's being redone. We have a special going on pretty much through the whole year. Sunday through Thursday, we offer a 3-course prefix menu for $45.
Such a good value.
And that's, you know, Sunday through Thursday.
Such a beautiful room, too.
It is. It overlooks the historic district. Really, really comfortable place to
Beautiful,
dine.
big windows and such a nice view, like you said. My favorite part about 1741 is that the food is totally fine dining, really amazing cuisine, but it's casual. So I don't have to get dressed up to go there. I can come as I am. I can come looking just like I am today
Absolutely.
and get a really, really nice meal.
It really is comfortable. So,
Comfort's everything.
all right, and you can see how there's still a little bit of the batter from the yolks and the.
So do you want it to stay kind of marbled
Nope.
like that?
We're gonna incorporate it until all of that is combined and
Okay.
smooth.
You're really taking your time. You're going nice and slow. What's the purpose of that folding technique?
So it's aerating. It's gonna aerate the cake, and you want the batter to capture and hold onto those egg whites. It's gonna make it really, really fluffy.
Awesome. You don't want to deflate it at all.
Nope. Okay. I
great.
think we're ready to go.
Perfect.
All right. So now we're just gonna take a quarter-size sheet pan. And,
So tiny.
And we're going to. This is only gonna use about half of the batter.
Okay.
And we're gonna take a little bit of melted butter and just brush the bottom of the pan.
Just so
with
it
the
doesn't
butter,
stick?
Just so it doesn't stick.
You don't need parchment or anything?
If you have parchment, you can certainly use it.
I
but,
always use it. It's insurance.
Use a little bit of butter and it'll pop right out once you cool it down. So,
Perfect.
all right. All right, so we're gonna add that to the, and like I said, we're only gonna use about half of it.
Okay. What's going to happen to the other half of the batter?
We are gonna bake another cake as soon as we're done here on the show.
Exactly. I'll take that one.
All right, so we're just gonna spread that out a little bit.
Nice.
And then in the oven it'll go for about 12 minutes.
What
at
temperature?
325 degrees.
325. Okay, so a
Yep.
relatively low temperature.
Yeah. We're gonna make the lemon curd for the chiffon.
I heard you're known for your lemon curd.
Well, yes. This is probably, I don't know, and maybe I'm a little biased in this, but this is really a really nice lemon curd recipe that I learned from actually one of the first chefs I ever worked for out of culinary school, and I have been doing it ever since. I haven't found
That's
a recipe
great.
that is as good as it, and it's subjective. You know,
Of
it really
course.
is lemony. It's not too sweet. There is, you'll see there is quite a bit of sugar, but it's still really lemony.
Just light and
Yeah.
I
So-
love lemon curd.
So the first part of this is we're going to add the lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice.
That's a lot of lemon juice. How long
So-
did it take you to juice all those lemons?
2 cups, about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna take 2 vanilla beans, and we're gonna split them. And these are Madagascar vanilla beans.
Does that really make a difference where your vanilla bean
It
comes
definitely
from?
makes a difference
Yeah?
when you're cooking with these, and you would have to do them, put them side by side. It's like a wine to really tell the difference. But You can, the difference between Tahitian and Mexican and Madagascar, there is truly a difference.
And this is your preference?
And this is my correct.
Nice.
So we're going to take that, and all we're going to do with that is you want to infuse the flavor of the vanilla bean. I'm going to bring that up to a full boil, and in the meantime, we're going to crack our 9 eggs.
That is a lot of eggs. So you're using whole eggs, not
We're using
yolks.
whole eggs.
Wow. Okay. So about how much lemon curd is this going to make?
So this will make approximately 1 quart.
That's a good bit of lemon curd. I think between the cake and the curd, we've used almost 2 dozen eggs.
Yeah, it's a lot of eggs.
It'll be high in protein, so it's essentially health food.
I don't know if I feel
Stretch,
that far,
but-
but yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna take the eggs and we're gonna break these up a little bit, and then we're gonna add the sugar.
All right. And you do all of this by hand too, no need for the mixer.
No need for the mixer. Do just by hand.
Stay tuned for more with Chef Michael Adams. We're back with more from the Hotel Bethlehem.
So the other thing we're gonna add to the juice is we're gonna take 2 lemons and we're gonna zest them right in.
Oh, that's
So
where
you're
you
gonna
really
add
get
a
that flavor.
little more lemon flavor into the liquid, and those are gonna
So just
steep
right
a little
in
bit.
there.
Yep.
Okay. Now, one thing that's awesome that you've been doing over at 1741 is you're actually featuring some of the recipes that you've made here on the Chef's Kitchen on the menu.
Yes.
Tell me about that a little more.
On the menu, we actually have it listed, as seen on the Chef's Kitchen, and it gets people excited. They see it there, and then they'll go home and watch the show.
Yeah.
And then some of them attempt to make it, and others will come back and
But just
to
come
the
to the
restaurant
restaurant
to
and
enjoy.
have it.
So that's come up to a boil.
Okay.
Okay. So you see how the vanilla bean, it's the
Oh, my
little
God.
little beans in there are coming
Yeah,
out of
and that
they're coming
is
out of the pod.
so fragrant.
And we're gonna take our egg and sugar mixture. So this is a really important stage.
All right.
You don't want to add the lemon juice too fast to the yolk and sugar. The yolks will curdle.
Yeah,
So
you
you
don't
want
want
to
scrambled
take your
eggs.
time. The next step in this is while we're waiting for that to steep, we're going to take some sour cherries, and they're not available locally right now. So when the summer comes, when they're available, we'll just use that. So all we're going to do is we're going to add the sour cherries, and we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice.
Lemon happens to be my favorite fruit, so this is perfect for me.
Awesome. All right, and we're going to let those, and we're going to take a little bit of sugar.
So how sour are those sour cherries?
They are sour.
They're pretty sour.
They
yeah,
are
So
sour.
we have to sweeten them up.
When we thawed out the sour cherries, we saved the juice, and then we just brought it up to a boil. We added a vanilla bean and a little bit of orange.
Wow.
Okay, so we did that, and we're just going to add that back to the sour cherries.
That would be good mixed into a cocktail.
Absolutely.
And speaking of cocktails, you guys have a really awesome bar over at 1741 also. Really nice menu, and the wine menu.
Yeah, really nice wine list and great cocktails
Yep.
and martinis and seasonal martinis. So we're
Yeah.
some savory items in there and fruits when they're available. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna take the lemon juice and slowly add it.
So you're just essentially tempering the eggs a bit.
Correct.
Let's say, not if you were doing this because you're an expert, but if I was doing it and I did curdle the eggs a bit, is there a way to bring them back at all? Can you save it?
So if you start to see them curdle, get a strainer
Okay.
and strain it off.
So you just strain that part out.
Just strain it off.
No harm done.
Now, if there's a lot, start over.
Okay.
If someone did
I
that
didn't
in
wanna hear
if
that.
someone did that in the restaurant, I'd throw it away,
They'd be fired.
and they would start over. Yeah, especially a 4-gallon batch. That's a lot of
Yeah,
lemons.
that's a lot of eggs too. And I'm sure the price of citrus has really gone up, like you were saying out in California right now with all the rain.
It really is starting to increase.
Yeah.
Lots of different things are going to be. Well, that's an opportunity for people to start incorporating ingredients that are grown locally.
Yeah,
so,
that's very, very true.
It's bad for California and good for the local
Good,
farms.
yeah, good for the Lehigh Valley.
So once you have half of it, you can speed that up a little.
Oh, look at all those
And
little pieces
we're
of
still going
vanilla.
to keep these in here, all right? So we've incorporated all of the lemon juice in here, and then we're going to add it right back to the pan.
All right. So it's kind of warmed up just a little bit.
Yep. So now the goal here is we're going to We're gonna cook this until it gets what we call nappe consistency.
Nappe.
So it's gonna coat the back of a spoon. You know, if you feel comfortable with it, if you keep agitating it, you can cook it at a little higher heat. I would recommend doing it on low heat. You know, for if you're doing it at home, just as an insurance policy.
You can curdle at this stage too.
You
correct?
potentially could, yep. So you want to make sure that this is heating up evenly, and as you're agitating those vanilla beans, you're just extracting more and more flavor from the vanilla bean, and you're seeing it's going to start to foam a little bit on top.
Yep.
So it's starting to slowly come up to temperature.
So patience is really your friend here.
Absolutely.
You don't want to rush this.
Stay tuned for more from the Hotel Bethlehem. We're back with Chef Michael Adams of the Hotel Bethlehem.
It smells
Okay.
really good.
So you see that? How it's getting gelatinous.
It's like pudding.
Yep. So we're gonna add a larger amount at the beginning because it's gonna cool it down a little bit.
Oh,
so we're gonna
smart.
take half of this.
Okay.
We're gonna take half of the butter. Okay, so we're just gonna add a little more butter to it.
The rest of it,
So
or
in
just
3
a little
stages.
more? Okay.
Okay. So, and you want to make sure that you're stirring it the whole time because it's cooling down, and you want that fat to emulsify. Now at this point, this is crucial, and you probably feel more comfortable. Pull the pot off of the stove.
Okay.
Okay, and then add your butter to it because then you're gonna lower your chance. But I've been doing it so often, nothing's gonna happen
It's
to
old
it.
hat.
Yep. Okay. So then from this point,
Oh, I want to take a bath in that. It looks so good. And you can see those tiny little specks of the vanilla bean. There's so much in there.
okay, so now from this point, all we're gonna do is, at this point, all you wanna do is chill it down completely. So there's another crucial part here when you are chilling it down. If you have the butter paper left over from unwrapping
Yeah.
the butter, you can set that right on top because what'll happen as it's cooling,
okay.
it'll form a skin, okay, from the
Right.
fat. So you wanna either put plastic wrap on top of that, flat right on top of the curd, and then either cool it down in ice bath, or you can put it in the refrigerator.
And that'll prevent that skin from forming.
Yeah.
Great.
So that is our lemon curd completed. And our cake
Looks great.
is, goodness.
That was fast.
And our chiffon is ready to go.
It looks absolutely perfect.
So from this point, you want to leave it cool till it's cool.
Totally.
Okay. So if you add the curd to it hot, it's just going to run off and it's not going to really look pretty. So we cooked one ahead of time. So that would be ready to go.
There we go.
And then we're going to just finish the plating here.
This curd is really thickened up now that it's cooled down.
It does, and you know that happens when you add the butter in, and that starts to solidify, and it firms up a little bit. All right, so all we're going to do from this point is we're going to start the plate up now, and and there's lots of different ways. Now, at this point, you could actually do a couple of things. You can take if you want a little bit of more orange in it, or
Okay.
if you want more lemon flavor, just take a little bit of simple syrup. Infuse orange zest into it, and then just dredge that a little bit. You know, if you want like limoncello or something like that.
There we go, get it a little boozy.
You just keep adding. So this is the basic, and then from here you can just take it anywhere you want it to go. All right, so here's the nice light and fluffy lemon
Look
chiffon.
at that. Wow. So you're just using, this is like a biscuit cutter, cookie cutter?
Yeah, just a cookie cutter. Yep.
Nice.
All right.
You're always known for having really nice presentations over there at 1741 too.
All right. And then we're going to take a little bit of the lemon curd.
You can have a slightly heavy hand with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't feel bad about that.
So we're going to put that. And then we're just going to do one more layer right on top of that.
Oh, we're gonna double these up?
We're going to double them up.
Go hard
And
or
then
go home.
you can, if you like creme fraiche, if you like
Who doesn't?
ice cream,
doesn't?
vanilla ice cream, or a sorbet, or even a if you have fresh berries at home and you want to make a raspberry sorbet or a strawberry sorbet, all of those things. If you wanted to make a rhubarb strawberry compote, like again, what's ever available, whatever tastes the best,
Yeah.
you know, you can add all of those components. This is kind of like the first stage, and then you can
Sure.
you can make it evolve into anything you want it to. So now we have our sour cherry sauce.
They plumped up so nicely.
Yeah.
And what gorgeous color that is. You can't get that with food coloring.
No, it's absolutely beautiful.
Only nature. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this.
All right, and then a little bit of fresh mint on here.
I love that. Some freshness, some bright green color. Really fragrant mint too. Shall I take it to the table?
Take it to the table.
Good, because I am ready to dive in. This looks so good. I'm gonna dig right in. This is amazing. Well, I am definitely gonna polish this thing off in a few minutes, but I'm coming back to see you at Historic Hotel Bethlehem, 1741. Get me some more of this.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Always great to have you on the Chef's Kitchen.
Thanks.
The Lehigh Valley's premier hotel, Historic Hotel Bethlehem, is perfect for any stay, offering 2 restaurants by notable chef Michael Adams, 1741 on the Terrace, an upscale dining experience, and the Tap Room, a casual restaurant. Guests enjoy 24-hour room service, along with the Shop at Hotel Bethlehem, featuring Penn State Creamery ice cream, and offering the finest in accessories. 2 beautiful ballrooms and ample meeting space make Historic Hotel Bethlehem the place to host your next event. Stay with us at Historic Hotel Bethlehem and feel at home.
It's not only the people that are great, but the equipment here, the studio that I get to cook in. It's always a pleasure to cook in, and it's a lot of fun.